Hey, it's Cobra here at MaddenGuides.com, and for this Madden Tips video breakdown, I want to take a look at still get pressure even if the running back stays in the pass block. And what we're about to show you is how you can get pressure on the quarterback despite the running back staying in the pass block when you come out in a man defense, in particular cover zero. So let's go ahead and get on the field here. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look at the two plays that we're going to use for this breakdown. One on the offensive side of the ball and one on the defensive side of the ball. For the defense we're going to show here, it's going to be out of the nickel double A gap. You'll find this out of the Browns playbook. And the name of the defense that we're going to show here is called Mid Blitz. And then on the offensive side of the ball, the play that we want to start off with here, we're just going to go ahead and run the spacing switch. Now keep in mind, at this point, the running back is running the swing route out towards the left. So we're going to kind of go through this and just show you what happens and what you can do to get that pressure if they were to leave the halfback in the pass block. So let's go ahead and run this right now. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to switch to another defender. I'm not really going to do anything as far as trying to set up or anything right now. I just want you guys to watch this. Generally, when you come out in the mid blitz here that we're showing here out of nickel double A gap, a lot of times the pressure is going to come off the edge from one of these ends. It may come from this end right here or possibly from this end right here as you look at your screen. So let's just go ahead and run it and see what happens here. So we get the pressure off the edge. And of course, if you notice, the running back went out to go ahead. He went out as far as over to the swing route over towards the left side of the field. So what I want to show you here is some things you can do if they were to leave the running back in the pass block. And that's what the video breakdown's about. So let's go ahead and showcase here what's going to happen. So what we're going to do for right now is we're going to go ahead and leave the running back in the pass block, such as what you see on your screen right there. So as you can see, we've hot routed him to stay in the pass block. So we got this gentleman right here staying in the pass block. All right. Now, how many times have you guys ran a cover zero blitz, a man blitz, and you've had this instance here where the running back steps up, or maybe he goes to the outside or whatever, and he ends up doing a chop block on the defender who's the blitzing defender that's free as far as applying the pressure. For example, in this case, let's just go ahead and run it and see what happens here and see what he does here. So let's go ahead and run the defense. And then there he goes. Here's what I was just talking about. You get the chop block, and then it just sucks, to be honest with you. And that happens more often than not. I don't care what the running back's pass block rating is. To me, it really kind of takes away from some of the fun factor on the defensive side of the ball when you're trying to set up an A-gap blitz or something, and then you see this running back who's probably, I don't even know what his run blocking is, but at any rate, you see this guy come in and just step in this gap, and then he ends up basically obliterating a linebacker who's probably, you know, bigger than him in most cases, especially if you've got an elite pass rusher, maybe elite middle linebacker or linebacker blitzing. There's no way that running back should do this every single time. Unfortunately, in Madden, this is the result that we get consistently, and that kind of bothers me. I hope they fix that, because there's no way a running back should be able to do that consistently in this game. So what I want to show you is something you can do to go ahead and kind of counter that, especially when you come out in these cover zero defenses. So what I suggest you do, especially if, for example, this is a good example. Here we're in the gun bunch, right? The gun bunch weak formation. A lot of players like to run this formation. So what you want to do is you want to find the defender that's covering the running back, whoever that may be. In this case, it's going to be this guy right here. It's going to be covering the running back in man coverage. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to bring him up, and I don't care where you bring him at to. I'm going to bring him over here. A lot of times with him, whatever side the running back's lined up on, that's the side that I'm going to line up the safety or whatever defender is covering him on. Now, I'm going to show you kind of a cool thing that it's in the game that it's been, I think, a couple of years, and I haven't really ever paid attention to it all that much because I never use it. I just got to start messing around with it, and I thought, hey, this is actually kind of cool. So I want to go ahead and show this to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and blitz him. All right, so right now he's blitzed, and I'm going to go ahead and snap the ball here, and I want to watch you something. Now, keep in mind, I am not hot routing the running back to stay in the pass block. He's going to go ahead and run this swing route out here towards the left. So let's go ahead and run it, and I'm just going to go ahead and run the play. Actually, I'll just go ahead and run the play here, and then I just want to show you something. I know what you guys are going to think here when I do this. So he's wide open, and then this running back's going to get a ton of yards. Okay, you can't do that, right? Even though we got the pressure, if you go back and look at the pressure, we actually end up getting some nice pressure on the quarterback. Problem is they beat the blitz because he just threw a simple pass out to the running back. As you look at your screen there, we go back in instant replay, you'll see it. And this is, of course, you can't do this, but here's the problem. So you got the blitzers coming in. Unfortunately, the running back, as you can see, is clearly wide open here in the flat, and the quarterback makes the throw, beats the blitz, and the offense has a heck of a nice chance of picking up a lot of yardage with that. So we can't do that, right? So let's go back in here again. Same thing. We're going to go ahead and blitz him again. And this time we're going to go ahead and snap it. Now I want to show you something here. Now watch what I just did there. And if you would have noticed on the screen, you would have saw kind of a little highlight thing real quick. That's the assist that you got, the defensive assist. And what that does, as soon as you trigger that, then that defender will go cover generally the guy who's closest to him. In this case, it's the running back. And that's why I suggest putting him on the running back side. See right there? Now, I might need to do that a little bit faster, but at any rate, you can see clearly that this guy now is going out to cover that running back who is going out in the flat. And hopefully you'll get out there in time. And if they did say that, for example, I've seen this happen on this. I can't really show it here so much because I'm trying to control two different guys. But let's go and rewind this. Right here, say that they go ahead and try to make this throw over here. Well, there's a chance, especially if I would have done just slightly a little bit earlier, that this defender might end up picking that pass off. He may end up getting over here fast enough and picking that off, especially if you got a fast enough safety where you can pick that pass off. So there's a chance for that. So all you got to do is just hit that, basically it's the defensive assist. On the Xbox controller, it's going to be the LB button. I believe on the PlayStation 4, whatever it is, it'll be the L1 button. So that's how you would do the assist, right? So that's kind of cool because you can go ahead and, even though you put him in a blitz, you can go ahead and put him back into man coverage once the ball snapped, depending on what the running back does. All right, so let's come back here to this other thing. So this is what we were talking about earlier as far as still getting pressure, even if the halfback stays in the pass block. So let's go ahead and leave him in the pass block this time. So again, you can see that the halfback's staying in the pass block as you look at your screen. He's right there, and he's going to look to go ahead and block to the inside more likely and take away that A-gap heat that we're trying to get here. So let's go ahead and run it and see what happens this time. Now I'm watching that halfback. He stays in the pass block. I just let the quarterback go ahead and get sacked by the defender that I'm in control of, which is that safety. So, which is nice because since the running back doesn't go out, I'll just go ahead and allow him to do this. I'll just go ahead and allow him to come in. I don't hit the RB assist, and I still get the pressure on the quarterback. So here we go again, same thing. So that's something that you might do that's going to allow you to get that pressure on the quarterback. Let's go and do the same thing again here. And again, we get that pressure off the edge from the guy. Even though they end up having the running back staying in the pass block, we still get the pressure. So my point is here is if they're going to leave the running back in the pass block, which he's going to more than likely pick up the A-gap blitzer, especially when he's cover zero defenses, then you're pretty much at the mercy of your opponent finding the open receiver. Now, you notice I didn't call press coverage. As I said before, when you run these cover zero defenses, you got to be a little bit careful with them. But, if you want to run the press coverage, that's fine. But just keep that in mind that you might get burned. One other thing I want to show before we conclude on this video is I'm going to go ahead and leave the halfback in the pass block again. And I'm going to go ahead and look at this guy right here. This is the guy that's covering the halfback. I'm going to go ahead and switch off. If you go ahead and do this and they leave that halfback in the pass block, watch what watch what this defender does. I know most of us already know what he's going to do, but just kind of watch what he does here as we run the play here. See, he just drops back into deep zone coverage, which is fine. The problem is you're not getting any pressure on the quarterback. And again, you're at the mercy of your opponent. So just keep that in mind, that if you want to get pressure and you don't want them to beat the blitz, in most cases, this will help out a little bit by just simply doing this. Even if they leave the halfback in the pass block, then if you see that, you can still apply the pressure on the quarterback. The other thing I want to tell you, in this case here, if you got an X-Factor type player, then you can use him as well. In this case here, not everybody has an X-Factor, but here's our X-Factor for the Browns. You can go ahead and do that and leave him on one side or the other to also get you some pressure. But at any rate, the video is mainly just showing you guys what you guys can do to go ahead and get pressure on the quarterback, even if the running back stays in the pass block when you're running like a cover zero man type defense. This is the way to do it if you're looking to get pressure, because you're still going to get it. And just remember, if he goes out, even after you blitz him, use that defensive back or whatever it is, the defensive assist button that you got, and allows him to go out and play man coverage on the defender, or excuse me, on the running back or whoever it may be. That'll allow him to cover him, so you're not allowing him to get open. So anyway, that's what the video is about. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. And for those of you guys who are watching the video for the first time or watching the Madden Guides YouTube channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give you an opportunity to get the updates that I'm doing here. And then that way you guys can see the stuff. And hopefully it'll be something you guys enjoy for the rest of this season and in future Madden. Hey Madden gamers, if you enjoy this Madden video or any other video, please subscribe to the Madden Guides YouTube channel. And as always, thanks for watching and for your support.